Commissioner Mensah, are you imputing that somebody has doctored your voice?
Exactly, Honorable Chair.
Have you heard that Chief Bugri Nabu has said on oath before this committee that he taped the conversation?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
And do you know that he made a positive judicial confession before this committee that was having a conversation with you?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
When did the conversation take place? Can you tell the committee?
Honorable Chair, I don't know when it took place. I heard it in the media.
You know, this tape has a logical flow of people talking. This one says this, and this other says that. This person provokes this statement, and there's a response. Is that not the case?
Honorable Chair, that is what I heard today.
So let me ask you again. Are you saying, Commissioner of Police, that this is an improvised tape trying to bring you into a conversation that you were never involved?
Honorable Chair, what I'm saying is that this tape that was played today, to me, is an edited tape.
Okay. So the unedited tape, you admit, is you?
Honorable Chair, I have not heard any unedited tape for me to talk about it as I sit here.
But you just said a minute ago that the tape is edited. You see, by implication, that means the tape has an unedited version. Is that not so?
Honorable Chair, what I'm saying is that the tape that I heard today, there are so many things in that tape that I don't remember. And there are certain things that I remember we discussed that are not on the tape.
So this is a clear admission that you had a conversation with Chief Bugri Nabu. Is that not so?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes.
I cannot deny that one.
Okay, that is fine. So now you admit that your voice is on the tape.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Do you know when this conversation took place? Do you know?
Honorable Chair, as I sit here, if I can tell you the exact date and time, then I will just lie.
We are being told that you are at the point of exiting the Ghana Police Service. Is that the case?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So when are you going to be given a farewell?
Honorable Chair, being given a farewell is optional. It's not compulsory. You decide whether to do it, not to do it. As I sit here, I haven't decided.
Okay. But it's always the case that having served the Ghana Police Service for a long time, and were exiting, the command structure will always give you a farewell. Is that not so? That much I know.
Honorable Chair, that was what was happening, but this current IGP has cancelled it.
I see. Again, I do not intend to be disrespectful. You sound very educated. May I know the level of your education, please?
Honorable Chair, I have a master's degree in human resource management. I'm a lawyer. I'm a chartered accountant.
Oh, I see. You are multi-gifted. Chartered accountant, lawyer. I see.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Somebody says I should find out from you when you were called to the bar. When we were called to the bar.
Honorable Chair, that was 2016.
Oh, 2016. Okay, lovely. And you did a course when you were still a serving police officer?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Great. Well, if I should summarize what he said, his voice is on the tape. And on that premise, I'll give you the space to interrogate the matters. And he should answer the conversation in which you speak and Chief Bukri Nabu also speaks, and then you speak and Chief Bukri Nabu speaks. Do you deny this flow of this conversation?
The Chairman, I think, as I said, I hear a voice that represents my voice, but I can't accept everything in the conversation.
See, in true candor and counsel, I want you to pay attention to this. See, when you say that a voice represents your voice, what do you mean? Is it your voice or is it not your voice?
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue. If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you, and you're welcome to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana. It's the 4th of September 2023. We thank Almighty for giving us yet another day to discuss issues of the day. My name is Ania Fampo. Follow us on social media. It's Metro TV Ghana on Facebook, and also on Facebook as well as still Good Morning Ghana. On Instagram and Twitter, it's Metro TV _GHN. We're on channel 277 DSTV. We'll go through the newspaper headlines first, and I'll introduce a guest later. I start with the Daily Graphic. It says, probe committee to invite IGP for questioning. Small holder farmers benefit from $69.7 million project. Expect more rains up to November, GMET warns. Labour Commission directs CTAC to end strike. Eric Nyamiche inducted Pentecost chairman. Ghanaian Times. Mitigating climate change impact. Time for action, not talks. Land Minister wraps world leaders ahead of Africa Climate Summit. Minority files affidavits to oppose police injunction application against BOG demo. OSP disagrees with court decision to freeze Cecilia Dapa's assets. Ghana manufactures first cholera vaccine in Africa. Customs intercepts over 700 fake electricity meters at Dabala. Daily Guide. Student fetish priest killed by fire. I saw the video over the weekend. It was horrifying. Horrifying. I mean, I don't know how the fire caught up with his clothes or whatever, and the students were standing by, couldn't even think of anything to do, and they were just watching and shouting. Zango Inner City's health outreach launched. Mahama attacks Nana judges. Your prayers gave me victory. I need more. Baumia. Alan speaks tomorrow. That's on the front page of Daily Guide. The New Crusading Guide. MC Assembly member fingered. Asogli State Council celebrates Togbi further for 20 years of leadership. Massive turnouts at Dokua's Okankwe North Health screening. Mahama cries out. Ghana's judiciary packed with MPP inclined judges. That's MPP inclined judges. BOG acted in the broader interest of Ghana. Primpak Balls. The top right corner of the New Crusading Guide. Presidency debunks claims against Jubilee House security personnel treatment. The Insight. Tension brews at Ayawaso Wogon over eviction of traders on railway line by chief. Organization of African Trade Union Unity says no to war in Niger. Organization of African Trade Union Unity says no to war. Mahama jabs Akufo-Addo Bawumia over Ghana's deteriorating political climate. Nigeria Labour Congress worried about rising economic hardship, suffering attack of trade unions under Bola Tinubu's leadership. NDC must fast pray for Bawumia to lose, says Moshek. The Informer. NDC running mate blues. Stop simmering Jane Nana. Female MPs warn at Forsen. Hey. Mahama calls for politicization of judiciary. 31 years of disgrace. Adam Bona recommends mental evaluation for COP. Commentary: those who did not build NDC shall not be allowed to destroy it. That's in the commentary. NDC does not need a bad English grammar running mate. Ochame speaks. The Inquisitor: good cop, bad cop reloaded. COP Mensa pummels Dampi. Since when? That's Dampare. Committee chair hints at inviting IGP. Cecilia Dapa's cash will be well secured. OSP Alhaji Usman grateful to Abujinapo. The top right corner, NPA commences rollout of cylinder recirculation module. The Herald: Jubilee House soldiers and policemen angry over maltreatment. Many have abandoned their posts, returned to barracks. Accra-based lawyers cast doubts on OSP's competence. Akufo-Addo pushing cronies into judiciary to dodge accountability, says Mahama promises not to be clearing agent. Agalga hints of dragging IGP before parliamentary probe. The Statesman, the Daily Statesman: Mahama under fire over dangerous comments about judiciary. Jubilee House claims of 77 security personnel leaving untrue. Impose taxes on alcohol, cigarettes for mental health fund. Psychiatrist. NSS farms to supply maize for SHS students. BOG, our clean notes policy is a role model for Africa. The Ghanaian Publisher: former security chief praises Jinapo over his prison release. Ashanti did not betray Alan, majority leader. Presidency rubbishes unfair treatment of security officers claim. Cybersecurity declares October Public Awareness Month. NPA's cylinder circulation module takes off. The Ghanaian Observer: Presidency debunks claims of unfair treatment against Jubilee House security personnel. Deputy Trade Minister organizes free health screening in Okankwe North. Assemblies of God praise against terrorists attacking Ghana. Ghana to tap into multi-billion-dollar salt industry. Minister: BOG acted in Ghana's broader interest. Primpak boss. The Custodian: Ghana ready for multi-billion-dollar salt market. Abujinapo: no security officer left Jubilee House over unfair treatment. Jujinahen: CSA promotes digital safety as 23 million Ghanaians use internet. Traders berate immigration police officers over illegal charges. BOG actions are in Ghana's interest. Primpak Press. 9 granted bail after nearly lynching pastor. Now, the Daily Post: you've packed the courts to avoid accountability. Mahama to Akufo-Addo. EC limited registration exercise. Professor Nana Jane urges chiefs to call the EC to order. Now, IGP outplots COP. IGP outplots COP. Alex mentions 9 shocking statements that left Ghanaians talking. The Finder: EcoBank staff donate items cash worth 280,000 Ghana cedis to 4 institutions. No security personnel left Jubilee House over unfair treatment. Presidency: Ghana poised to tap into $34.1 billion global salt industry. Jinapo: Ghana card registration open to all from today, as only 87 public sector workers registered in 5 days. And remember, this was what we discussed somewhere last week, threatening, last week, Tuesday, threatening that public sector workers are to get the Ghana card or fail to receive their September salary. Primpak President orders Lord BOG for positive collaboration with media. Cybersecurity Authority records 41,285 contacts. Dr. Inchibu Siakon. And that's all we have for you this morning on the front pages. Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Inside Black Star Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts, and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say, but as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Yamawakwaba the button Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories. Ahadie e bano KSC near Wakadia. Ubenya biwa. Kabia ne how any new here. Yansu ye wo hwenim de fu a obeso anu yi amao. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories ye jumedie die. Eye 24/7 o. Ye sese wo engine, wo brake, battery, yesesa wo tire. Se bano car wash dia. Ye wo abefun fidie bi ti se steamer ye de horo car engine abra nsuo nko engine nim. Ye san ye detailing metre se ye betwetwe car no mu ba bia amao. Ye wi a ya san polish car na ma kama. Enya we no nko ye san to car batteries, tires, rims, any de keke kan. Manadum Auto Fix and Accessories Emma o car ensi ne dadem na enwu adwuma ma o. Hwehwe ye chira kwan wodansoma na sorry dan ho a ene KFC bon hwanimu e won kran. Se wo information anansem bi se bia 024-651-9369. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories. O kwan so yonkwo papa.
Do you need a place with a stunning view and serene environment just beneath the Green Mountains with a commercial center and recreational area with an amazing park? Then look no further.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Welcome to Rehoboth Havens, the most affordable yet luxurious gated community located in Damfa, Accra. We have 2 and 3 bedroom houses with spacious park. Let me show you. All of our rooms come with beautiful porcelain tiles, durable fitted kitchen cabinets,
constant water supply,
electricity and water 24/7.
I'm buying this house. Stop processing my papers. Eh? Move it, move it. If you're living in Ghana and want an affordable and luxurious house to buy, look no further than Rehoboth Social Housing Limited. Oh, and to those from the diaspora, aren't you tired of living in places that doesn't belong to you? You can also own your house and be your own landlord from Rehoboth Social Housing Limited. I have my own Bossu landlord.
Contact us now. Rehoboth Social Housing. Your housing dream becomes reality.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
JA Plant Food Ghana Limited has introduced the all-new Jetto X70 Plus to the market. Jetto X70 Plus is a modern, spacious family SUV with a stylish design, advanced technology, and outstanding quality that promises you luxury with affordability. Jetto X70 Plus comes with an exceptional engine warranty of 4 years or 100,000 kilometers, giving you the ultimate peace of mind for years to come. And our dedicated service center at JA Plant Food offers you a wide range of car services and world-class customer support. The exclusive and outstanding. Get yourself the all-new Jetto X70 Plus. Get in touch with JA Plant Food Ghana Limited on 020 0000 or info@japlantfoodgh.com. Visit japlantfoodgh.com for more information.
ECG is now cashless. My studio lights are always on. I never run out of power. With the ECG Power app, I'm able to report an issue, check my credit, buy power, all in real time whenever I need to. I don't worry if ECG vendors are closed. In the comfort of wherever I may be, I still keep my lights on thanks to the ECG Power app. You can simply use mobile money wallets, Visa or MasterCard. It does not attract e-levy. With the ECG Power app, you're totally covered. To download, go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. You don't have a smartphone? Don't worry. No internet? Don't worry. No data? Do not worry. Just dial *226#. This is what I call convenience in your hands. ECG Power app. A yes, simple pa.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and couple the makers in
The pneumatological abrasion of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. I'm up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasa Mainzongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafubuachi Hospital Junction. Takradi. Efiekuma. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
The same got to move.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model, securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
You're welcome back. Good morning to you once again to Good Morning Ghana. Let me introduce the guests and then we start talking immediately. So this morning we're privileged to have a long lost friend. A long lost friend. Fatima Abubakar is Deputy Minister for Information. She joined us here in the studio. You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's glad
good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah. So good to see you this morning. I mean, and we hope that you're getting better. You're fine.
Yes.
It's an on and off situation, but let's hope that you are back for good.
But it's also because in the NPP we have a lot of female communicators.
Okay.
I can see the NDC trying to recruit to catch up. But we've always had quite an array of representation that we can always miss and make sure everyone gets an opportunity to represent the party on the platform.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Right. Margaret Ansay, aka Margot, is also a member of NEC for the NDC, also a member of the National Communications team. You're welcome and good morning to you.
Thank you,
for your time. How are you?
Grace is keeping us.
Grace. That makes me want to sing. That makes me want to sing.
Yeah, Grace.
You know, I was at a wedding with the Vice President this weekend.
Which one?
Oh,
Which
I
wedding?
feel like I'm a big woman.
You are?
Yes.
Sitting on your boss's seat alone makes you big.
I beg you, before people start talking.
Big.
No. This one there, I'm
I'm
wearing big shoes.
Small girl, big girl.
Yeah, I'm wearing big shoes. But this one, it was on my own. Yeah, and I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. So, Vice President and the second lady. Good morning to you. Actually, the Chief of Staff was also in attendance.
Oh, that's nice.
But was it an NPP wedding?
No, because NDC people too were there.
Okay. You know,
I'm talking about the number 2.
You know, beyond politics, even within families, we have people from different political backgrounds.
Yes. But those who are in office, Communication Minister Isla Owusu was there.
So at least one dominates.
Which one?
One party dominates.
You mean one party dominates?
So it shows where the person's allegiance is. I mean, you can have NDC friends, but if an NPP person is having a wedding and...
But who tells you that the person is NPP?
You know, Maggie is speaking this way because this is an incumbency situation and you have current ministers. But you may not know, maybe the NDC people there were also former appointees.
So I said one would definitely dominate. Why don't you want to accept that fact? But you see, when
you know, by relation, Sharif is also a personality. Do you know that?
Oh yes, but one would dominate. That is the fact. You are not trying to get it, and I don't know why.
I just don't want to get.
But you see,
I just know that it was a high-profile wedding.
We've not seen Fatih in a while, and she said they have a lot of women, and we are trying to recruit.
Don't mind her. I've been meeting her on other platforms. We've not met on this platform because just a few weeks.
At this juncture, Fatih wants to say that peace is just a name. She wants violence. We are trying to recruit. When you want women in political parties who are on the front line, it's the NDC.
Oh, that's false.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's we are now trying to recruit.
False.
Then yes. I think you people need recruitment as well.
That's false.
You don't have much.
Because the NDC, we've done this for long, for a very long time. Even when you were in government, they didn't have a lot of females. I remember when we started this Metro all-female panel, there were times I'll come here and they will say we didn't get a female, and I'll come with Felix or another male representative.
They didn't get.
I am saying that they are recruiting in the context that it is good that we give a lot of young women the opportunity, but at least we were able to always make up for the numbers to show up for the show. Yes. And I remember so well when we started, even on this platform, we will come and then the host will say, unfortunately, we don't have a female representative from here, so and then
so we are trying to recruit.
But I think the underlying factor is was to encourage the females, which my boss always told me that the separate female platform was created because of these things. So I think that both parties are doing well.
We've done well. I don't know why she wants to praise heads,
and that's why the women.
We've both done well.
That's why the women.
I think that was a fair comment.
Should consider this as very important because I've
because
seen
even party, I started this thing with party
all other platforms
somewhere 2010
are now
yes,
all other platforms
so
are now
but look at the numbers at that time there were not that many women
I'm saying
not
that
in political
why you see that other platforms are now replicating because
I think other
platforms are trying to do it and they are setting aside days
and it's a good thing.
But it also shouldn't be like tokenism because we can match the men equally.
And we do that on other platforms.
Sometimes
it shouldn't also be like
tokenism. I think for perspective, it is good because there are some issues that may have gender undertones. When the conversation is all about, okay, let's overlook some of those indicators and just treat it as a general matter. A lot of important conversations will be lost. So as we have these all-female panels, although most of us on other platforms have a mixed panel, but we also get this exclusive opportunity to treat the issue from the perspective of women, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Man, isn't it amazing?
I think that you should continue to guide your women, especially your new ladies that you try to push, because sometimes you feel there's a bit of some exuberance, I want to prove that I have arrived type of thingy, so that it's not a woman thing that we're seeing, because a few times I've had those kind of undertones read into the attitudes of women on the platform, and I think that I'll use this opportunity to urge you
she's a deputy minister, so at least
urge all of us.
Want to be empowered.
She's urging all of us, and you are saying she's a deputy minister.
Urging you. Yes, I'm urging all of you.
You can be plural,
so that you urge your women. So if we want to be empowered, just as the men have been empowered, then we have to match up well.
But Annie, the good point is that I believe if people go back to watch our interviews from 2010, 2012, thereabouts,
with you,
it may not be this kind of gracefulness and all that. So just having them out there is a starting point. But of course, we invest in continuous training about posturing and so many things. So I commend all the platforms that give the opportunity for us to have some of these.
We should be training on temperaments.
You should.
Yeah, Madam Deputy Information Minister, you.
I don't know why the emphasis and the reference
it's
to
on
me,
Deputy
but
Minister.
Yes.
But you can organize that. You can organize that for Ghanaian female communicators, not specifically for your party, if you don't want me to say
but the men even do worse. So if it's about temperament training, we've not seen ladies exchange blows on platforms and all
that.
To
be fair to
women. Words can be more dangerous and piercing than a blow.
Chauvinism.
Yes.
Sometimes there's a bit of chauvinism. When it's coming from the men's camp, it's like it's ignored.
It's ignored.
But when immediately the women are the ones engaged, you find people, I'm for women, So you have to conscientize them that you are not on the same level as men, because the men were there before you came. So constantly there is an attempt to run you down, sort of.
It's not even a matter of level. I think for a lot of platforms, I watch all male panels, and sometimes it's so noisy and you can't hear anything. And what some of these platforms seek to do is that let us have our moments so that we can actually
but sometimes, even if it's noise with men, you don't hear personal attacks.
I've heard so many.
But not
so many. You have
maybe we being mothers, we need to set examples, because
that's fine.
We train the men.
But to say the men don't engage in personal attacks, they even engage in blows. What are you talking about?
But the blows.
But do you know that men don't throw a certain word can pierce through your heart, can live with you for years, while a blow, which will even give you a cut, will go. But a word,
the soul will heal.
Yes.
But the word
a certain word can last for years. You will never forget it.
But the point is that we shouldn't also discourage women from coming to speak because they are not fine enough.
They make mistakes.
They are not refined enough. They make mistakes. I think
we all do.
Yes, I think it is not a direction that we should push the conversation. Yeah. We should encourage them to participate, to share their perspective. If we have any comments about anything, we reach out behind the scenes. We talk across political parties. We encourage each other that, let's push the women so that, because if you think any woman being treated less of a politician in this country, in any political party, would inure to your benefit because you are not in that party, you are wrong.
Yeah,
it will rub on all the other women, irrespective of the side that you belong. So we are encouraging a lot of women to show up on the various platforms and contribute their quota. No matter how that contribution is, it may be subject to criticism, but I think it's fine that at least we have women, you know, coming up and then giving their perspective on issues. Yeah.
If I tell you my position on women, there are some viewers who stay at home and criticize me. But I'll still keep it. I still have my position, you know, strongly and grounded.
We know.
You know, good. Okay, so the Makers Electronics also reminding you of something. It says that it takes the Makers Electronics Blessing Attack promo rush to the Makers Electronics Company Limited for up to 67% discount on selected appliances such as Samsung, LG, Moved, and Nasco, TCL Media, and Toshiba. Quality but affordable with 2 years manufacturer defect warranty. So you visit their showrooms in the following. It says Taifa Burkina Highway, Amasamang, Zongo Junction, or Yarifa, Teman Boga Junction, Kaswa New Market, Ashaman Valco Flats, Kumasi, Ahinema Kokobing, Takrade, Ifie Kuma number 9 Market, or you call them on 055 222253 or 055 222254. The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics. Terms and conditions also are applied. Now, enjoy the fruit of your labor, they say, but as human aging and infirmities stand in your way of enjoying the mansions and homes that you have actually put up. So it often becomes challenging or impossible for you to use your stairways day in and day out. So you worry no more because there's a simple, you know, mechanism that will be, inserted in your home or attached to your house. It says simple to use, self-supported elevator for medical movement, vertical movement, and of human goods and homes and offices, in homes and at offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made modules with wheelchair accessibility to choose from, and you may call it luxury, but it's also a necessity. Now, you do not let aging, it limits you, so you go for this easy way. It says you visit the lifts and elevators Ghana Sakumono for your solutions and free consultations. It will come into your home, modify the house just a little bit by building this elevators either in your homes or your offices, making movements easy for you. Call them on 0200-535-515 or email them on at elevatorsgh@gmail.com. Now, Prim Park is also mentioning to you, it says, what do you, does wealth mean to you? And if you want to live like a tycoon, this is what you have to do. You have to remember who has got the moolah, right? Moolah is cash. Okay, so if you've got the moolah, you've got the power. So Ghana's newest lottery game is drawing live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on our website at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# on all networks. Just choose from numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie says, Charlie, make we play some game and make some moolah. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Parks, more moolah, more power. The game is regulated by National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18, and it says that you have to play responsibly. Right. So let me just add on to the quality of your life with education, and says that if you don't want to secure your future with Accra Business School, really don't know why, boost your career with our prestigious MSc degree from KNUST. Pick from HRM, Communication and International Marketing, International Relations, Public Affairs, or IT Management. In just 12 months, our MBA can be yours. Dive into BSc programs in IT security and cybercrime, IT management and business management, endorsed by top universities in Ireland and Wales. We offer flexible entry payments and learning options convenient to you. It's time to unlock your potential and take position. Visit the website is abs.edu.gh or call us 0263-888-555 or 0263-888-666. Visit our campus at Spintex Road, Christ Square. Let Accra Business School elevate your future today. Right, so from making money and adding value to your life, what are we doing in the country? We go to the office of the first gentleman, and that's the presidency. It's captured by most of the newspapers. The release signed by the Director of Communications, Eugene Ahin, and that I think followed a discussion that happened on one of the platforms over the weekend. So it says no security personnel has left Jubilee House over unfair treatment. The attention of the Office of the President has been drawn to a statement made by Charles Owusu on Friday, 1st September 2023 in the studios of Peace FM to the effect that 77 security personnel of the Jubilee House had left their duty post at Jubilee House because of unfair treatment. Mr. Owusu is reported to have stated that go to Jubilee House and see. The police, soldiers, and everyone is complaining. It's got to a point where almost 77 security personnel decided to leave Jubilee House and go back to their units. What type of treatment are you giving them? And quote, the Office of the President would like to put on record that at no point in tenure of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from 2017 till date have 77 security personnel left Jubilee House to their respective units. Indeed, no security officer has left the Jubilee House because of an unfair treatment meted out to them at the seat of the presidency. Curiously, at no point in Mr. Owusu's submission did he provide any evidence whatsoever but buttress these false claims. It is important to stress that security officer who has left the Jubilee House has either been due to disciplinary reasons or as a result of voluntary decision made by security officer in question. We urge the public to disregard these false claims and treat them with the contempt they deserve. Signed, Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications. And we're very, very privileged to have the Deputy Information Minister with us, so she can help us understand exactly what is going on at the presidency.
Okay, first of all, and let me once again say good morning to you. Good to see you after a very long time. And to Maggie, as for Maggie, we meet on other platforms, so I'm happy to see her, but I mean, we've been meeting, so not a long time ago. And also to your cherished viewers for tuning in this morning. I am excited about one thing, and that is the fact that the response from the Director of Communications and the Presidency, Mr. Eugene Ahin, has been prompt and crisp and specific to the issues. I believe probably the comments that were made by Mr. Charles Owusu clearly was based on hearsay, to the extent that even what constitutes unfair treatment was not explained in the said interview. That being said, and let me remind you and remind Ghanaians that for instance, I was a Deputy Communications Director at Jubilee House from 2017 to 2021. And if you look at majority of the staff at the Jubilee House, the political appointees are like, we are fewer. We have civil servants drawn from the Office of the Head of Civil Service, and they have their Chief Director, who is in charge of their operational and other activities to help them execute their mandate. We have the respective security agencies, be it the police or military, who are also there to also pursue their mandates in making sure the seat of government is safe. At no point in time are any of these non-political actors divorced from the hierarchy of their mother institutions. They are from the determination of their conditions of service, the description of their job, and every other thing that entails their conditions of service or employment. It's not determined or changed because they have moved to the office of the president. If there is anything that I can say from memory, based on the period that I served at the office of the president, is the fact that me, for instance, I operated an open door policy. And usually they are their respective posts and offices, except when someone is an acquaintance or they just want to pass by to greet you or ask for a favor here or there. They don't really participate in political activities in the house.
The security men?
No. Some of them, for instance, those who are in the booths where they salute at the gates, that's their post. When they come, they are there. They do their work. When they close, they leave. Because they are there to execute some specific responsibilities, which is not different from the purpose of which they were recruited by the various agencies. So I am at loss as to what he meant by unfair treatment. Because if, for instance, maybe you are at NSS, you've been seconded to maybe local government, you still receive your salary from where you are. You still receive your allowances, your conditions from where you are. Unless there is a specific or particular incident of maybe abuse of any sort or threat of abuse of any sort, which for the entire period that I was at Jubilee House, I never took notice or had any such reports. And most of the security guys were friends. They would just pass through and just say, hello, madam, how are you? And that's just about it. And let's also remind Ghanaians that their employment and subsequent deployment to Jubilee House is not based on political affiliation or callous. Most of them there are not like first year recruits right from the academy and they come to Jubilee House. Some of them have been in the service for 10, 20 years and beyond. Their employment precedes President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration. So they just come there to work. Yeah.
So some were there even before Nana Addo took
They
over
went
power.
and came back and you know, just as any of the public institutions that has different units and branches. For instance, if I have my spouse and kids in Kumasi, and for the purpose of employment have been posted to Accra and Jubilee House, some people will legitimately right to be changed to go back. Some will also lobby because they have seen better prospects in other units. We know that within the public service, that someone will say, oh, someone can be working for customs or immigration and say, oh, I want airport or Aflawo, I don't want Habile and all that, and be pursuing better opportunities as they see it. But that doesn't mean, that doesn't constitute unfair treatment in any sense of the word.
So, you know, going beyond what Uso said,
yeah,
it just opens a can of worms of a few happenings. Okay, there's a video I want to play. Let's play that video first, and then I'll add to whatever I want to say. So, if I can have that video. Floor.
Tell your boys there, I'm the regional minister, right? There's very security here, but none of them can challenge me. Yeah? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. You're welcome. Thank you. Yo. Allow him to come out. Yes. Before you... Tell your boys there, I'm the regional minister, right? There's very security here, but none of them can challenge me. Yeah? Yes.
Okay, so that just happened in the just ended the super delegates conference of the MPP held by the MPP and the regional minister for Northeast. You know, speaking to, I think, I don't know if there was the police head there, you know, tell your boys there that none of them can challenge me. It's not even what happened, but what was said. Right, I'm the regional minister. None of them can challenge me. We've had issues of when we're going to courts, Jean Mensah, when military men were following her and they were carrying bags. And it even became an issue. We were discussing it on the platforms. What are their duties? What are they supposed to do? You know, sometimes you watch these bodyguards and military men or policemen on the international front or in other countries, you don't even find that they are talking to the ministers. They don't talk to them. They are there to do a certain job. So ministers or government officials have no business with them. You will not find them holding bags. You will not find them talking to them. You will not find them reprimanding them as if they are house boys or something of that nature. Do you get? But it happens a lot in Ghana. So you may deny what Felix Osu is saying, but we can go beyond that and say that sometimes maybe going beyond even this government or before this government, we may cite incidences where we think that our men are being abused. They are not being put to the work they are supposed to be doing. They are going beyond themselves.
The point is that I don't know how that video or even a reference to the EC chair has any bearing on the comment that was made by Charles Osu in any way. In any case, that is not even Jubilee House. And he is not a staff of Jubilee House.
That's why I actually preceded my statement by saying, let's go beyond.
That being said, as a lawyer, sometimes we say seeing is not believing.
Yeah.
Because a 5-second report of an incident may not be a reflection of the context and everything that happened there. We didn't even see the person the man was talking to.
Was a police officer.
Yes. And let me tell you, as appointees within successive governments, I've seen ministers who don't even have security, who drive their cars, who go about their business without carrying their weight about. On so many occasions.
Those ones, is it because they don't want it, or
it's a personal
they are not being provided with?
No, it's a personal decision.
Right.
And they don't receive praises or commendation for the way they are. But the fact that you are down to earth doesn't mean you have to push everyone to behave just the way you are. But the situation is that, look at even the reference to the EC chair. The Electoral Commission is a creation of the Constitution. It is not like an appendage of the executive or anything that has to do with the executive that you say they are using security in this way or that way. So it's affecting morale or anything that has to do with what's happening at Jubilee House. I remember during the time of the former EC chair, Madame Charlotte Osei, she was on one of the multimedia platforms for an interview. And I was driving and I had seen a lot of police cars, ammo cars, and all those things. And I didn't know what was happening. And I asked, what is happening here?
Where?
No, she was conducting an interview of a sort at one of the stations. And then I saw...
other media?
Yes. I saw the extent of police presence. Yes, escort. And I asked, what's happening here? Is there an incident? And they said, no, the EC chair. Because of the nature of their work, I do not have any qualms whatsoever as to how the institution takes responsibility to protect them. You don't also know the personal relationship that exists between the principal and also the assistant. That leads to that. Nobody holds my bag. Nobody. You won't see even my secretary or PA holding my bag.
I can't cite you as an example because I know you.
But it doesn't matter. Know the others. But there are a million of me. It does not also mean that sometimes, let me tell you the reality. There are times you walk in a room that people will be jumping head over heels just to hold your bag. They feel they are doing you some honor for relatability. You are like someone they know. Someone wants to hold your bag and feel you trust them. And there are people that if you say, no, it's okay, I'm fine, they feel some way that they even came to assist and you refuse their assistance. So there are some nuances that I don't want us to limit our conversations to just a picture or a 5 seconds video. But I am saying that I was a staff at the Jubilee House for 4 years. Not once. Not a report to me, not to any of the services, not that were published, that in any way that staff at security personnel at Jubilee House were unfairly treated. In any way, I am saying we do not hold the keys or authority over even the conditions of their employment or deployment or conditions of service. So you cannot even weaponize.
That's the reason why Felix will allege that they now decide to leave to their posts.
My point is that it's based on hearsay. It's based on hearsay, and it happens in a lot of institutions. If you want to know, even in this your institution, Metro TV, there are staff who will go out there and say, hey, I'm not treated well here. The way I'm paid, even this person is paid more than me. It may not be a reflection of the institutional principles and mission. And the fact that someone has made such a comment and it is not verified does not mean we should run with it and say, oh, it's a reflection of whatever is happening there. Because not once, I'm saying I have been there for 4 years, not once was there an incident of unfair treatment that is known to me. And so if you know of any within the government machinery under the leadership of the Chief of Staff at Jubilee House, tell me there is none. Yeah.
Margot. Good morning. It's unfortunately the security is not an institution that is expected to be speaking, talking, complaining, and things like that. So when things are happening to them, it's like someone must always talk for them. Sometimes I suspect that they leak information to people who can talk. You know, because they cannot talk.
But how do you authenticate that information?
I know that. But you cannot. So the house that's being accused has also, come out to deny that we don't know about anything of this nature.
Thank you very much, Annie. Good morning to you, your team, your cherished viewers who have spent their time to watch us, and my sister, Fati. Annie, Charles Owusu spoke on the Peace FM, Kokroko Morning Show. Charles Owusu is the Charles Owusu that we know. I think he's a social commentator now. There's Sir John's Charles Owusu.
The former special assistant.
Yes,
Sir John.
the late
Sir John.
Sir John's Charles. So Charles Owusu is not an outsider. We have to let viewers understand who the Charles Owusu is. And the discussion that was in relation to the Gabon coup and the recent coup, I think about 8 and 3 years in the continent. So in the conversation, he brought up an issue that ministers or people in privileged positions or appointees should be mindful of how they treat their security details. And that you might be having the power, but the security officer following you has the gun. So if you do not treat them well, and looking at the happenings in the coup, there is a common denominator in all of these. Like mostly, out of the 8 or 9 so far, they are being captured by their own personal guards or people who are very close to the head of state. They hold them in hostage. And even history tells us that I think Nana Yajanto has recounted a lot of time that during the whatever coup in Nkrumah's time, it was his father's bodyguard who came for him. That they said, I should come for you. So if you are working with people, know that yes, you have the power vested in you by the Constitution. But the man or the woman in uniform guiding or working with you has the gun. And which one is more powerful or which one is more deadly? So he made that in that context that in order to aside the corruption and the insecurities and all that is happening, we should be careful how we treat these men and women in uniform. And Annie, you reminded us on this 2020 election petition where Madam Jane Mensah was going to court and we saw military men carrying her bags.
Not police or military.
Military men. And Annie, we all know the core duties of our military, of our army. They are to protect our territories, territorial protection, national interest. We do not need to bring military men so close into governance because by so doing, Annie, it exposes our vulnerability as politicians. And that is where they take advantage of it. And there are plenty coups around now. Because you bring them closer. These are men, experts who have been trained to man your territories, protect the country from
external shocks and other things, you know, very, very serious terrorism and stuff. Then you bring these people as close as coming to carry the bags of finance ministers, coming close to ministers, coming close to government appointees and all that. Then where discussions are going on about the nation, discussions are going on about monies, discussions are going on. So we are exposing our vulnerability as politicians to these men in uniform by bringing them this close, and they take advantage of it. As in case of any coup d'etat, you realize that the very closest security man or military man was involved or was the masterminded, or he or she masterminded the whole action. So that was what Charles Owusu was talking about. So it was in context. And the Jubilee House has brought a statement that nothing of that sort has happened. Yes, we pray that nothing of that sort has happened. But I mean, as you also said, if these men are having challenges, they cannot come out to say it. We sit on platforms and we get top security people sending us text messages of issues, and even those at the lower ranks sending messages of things that are going on because they can't voice them out. So I think we should not just, you know, overlook it, even though they are saying or they are confirming that, oh, what Charles Owusu said is not entirely true. They came on secondment and they've gone back to their unit with all the reasons Fatih has given us. Let's pray and hope that is the truth and that doesn't happen. But the point is that
I actually recalled the Nanka Bruce incidents.
Exactly, at the Jubilee House.
Yeah, if I get it, we'll play.
At the Jubilee House, the early days of the Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo's regime, a whole military police officer, a commissioner, ACP Nanka Bruce, was beaten at the Jubilee House. And I don't know where this issue landed. I don't know how they treated it and all that. So if there is a statement like this and we are quick to come out to say it is not true, we pray so. But that does not also deny the fact that we should be careful how we are using or abusing these men in uniform. And a typical example is what I've given you. Instead of they protecting our territories and fighting terrorism, looking at our, you know, our borders and all that, we are rather bringing them to protect a certain regime. We've been in this country where on the dawn of 7th of December 2021, the military evaded Parliament. Annie, on the dawn of 7th of December, January 2021, the military evaded Parliament, which is countermand to coup d'etat. So we should be careful as politicians. If we use these people and we think, oh, we are with us, we can use them, go and do this, go and do that. We've seen examples of what is happening in other countries. It is the people closer to the heads of states or the people in authority that took the power from them.
So I
think we should be careful.
So my point is, you know, Felix has worked with this government closely. I'm not. I cannot say he's MPP member because I know he was coming from the PPP background.
But worked with the late John closely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he must have some
a lot of
information.
Yeah.
Now that's why I earlier on said let's go beyond just what he has said and look at all the institutions that people have cited scenes of worry of how these military men, policemen
are being used. Yeah.
You know, sometimes when issues of corruption, we call them out. They say you're corrupt, and then we run them down. But at the point where we also have to come in and speak for them, we really have to and look at it.
Make a strong statement.
We look at it, you know, neutrally and address the issue as it is. Maybe the Jean Mensah's bag that was being carried by a military officer.
Is one out.
Maybe there were guns in it. You don't know what was in the bag, so you cannot. And as a lawyer, she's making you cannot really tell why that bag was being carried by a military officer. Maybe there's a reason, a security reason. I appreciate that, but the optics of it, looks a bit funny and shaky when they are at post.
And Annie, you see the laws of this country.
My point is that I don't have any problem with Charles Owusu's admonition. If you admonish that politicians should be kind to their security details, there is nothing wrong with that. The challenge is that an allegation has been made. Jubilee House, through the Director of Communications, has come out to say, no, nothing of that sort has happened at Jubilee House. And I'm here not only as a deputy minister, but I was a deputy communications director at Jubilee House for 4 years. I haven't been working there actively for the past 2 years. But I can attest to the fact that what Eugene has written in that statement is a reflection of what I experienced there. Okay. It is only proper that Mr. Charles Owusu will come back, give specific instances, or say, okay, these are the basis of my comments. And maybe this is also an opportunity.
Which can be addressed at a certain level.
No, no, he can even come back to the media and say, okay, this person, ABC, this is what I meant. Because as it stands now, the comment is vague. And I was telling you what is unfair treatment. If we are here and then if someone comes on this show and say, and I've been unfairly treated, what will constitute that unfair treatment? It may be vague until there is specific allegations that A, B, C, D happened to me, or happened to A, happened to that person, or a particular politician made some comments which were not palatable to a particular security personnel.
Let me ask you this before I go on to read the messages. When as we were saying, Felix's comments Charles's comments may appear vague. If someone texts now and says that I was a police officer, okay, so that's the Nanka Bruce video. So I mean, that's what happened in the early days.
That is during the transition period. I believe most of the political appointees at Jubilee House were not even there. They were not even allocated offices by that time. This issue was in the media and was fairly addressed. And it is not just...
What was it addressed?
No, I'm talking about the fact that, see, even within our communities, Maggie has been an MC at Suhum before. Transition periods, and you see people fighting over toilets and chasing and trying to make sure they capture and get somewhere to sit.
So that's what happened at the Faster House.
Within the transition period, that we know these people are packing out, these people are coming in, there is no order. There is no order.
But that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't happen at least.
I'm explaining that. Let's not forget about the fact that when the authority is finally established and the president and everyone moves in, and we are all there working as staff at Jubilee House, I'm saying nothing of this sort happened there. Whilst I was there, from January 2017 all the way to, January 2021, when I was moved because I was going to the information ministry. But to treat it as if, yes, nothing of that sort happened. Not a fight, not a reported case of abuse, not anything of that sort. And I'm saying if there is any...
So on the face value of this video, as a lawyer, how will you interpret what you see?
I'm saying on the face value of this video, it was during the transition period where this government has lost election and going out. This government is supposed to move in.
What happened to the perpetrators of this act too?
As far as I'm concerned,
were they even known? Were they even known?
Wow.
Were they even known? And I'm saying in communities, someone, maybe not even an activist or a card-bearing member of a party, say, oh, this government has lost election, let me rush and go and seize this toilet. And just use the amateurism to go there and say, oh, let me also do some Takashi. Okay. And I suspect this person was with this party within that period. But I'm saying since the authority of President Akufo-Addo was established.
Transition, you're saying that
there's no order.
There's lawlessness.
I'm saying if it happened within that period of transition, you cannot fairly and in all objectively say it is because Jubilee House or political or executive appointees at Jubilee House were treating the military or any security personnel in this way. I'm saying at that time they were not even there. So you can't even say they properly authorized anybody. No, they were not. I wasn't there. I know a lot of my colleagues who didn't even have office there. Because you have to wait for those who are there to go out. And let me remind you, not just at Jubilee House, as soon as a party loses office and they want to transition, there are some statutory bodies and also security agencies that work within that period to see that there is smooth transition. Not necessarily the political authority. When they form those joint transitional committee, what do you think is for the purpose of the transition? Just to make sure there is a smooth change of power and we are able to establish authority. And I'm saying since that was established, I haven't seen any lawlessness at Jubilee House.
So, Annie, quick one on the Northeast Regional Chairman's comments. You see, that is a regional minister who there is an election of that magnitude going to select a possible presidential candidate of a political party where we all accept that we are practicing multi-party democracy. And this is a region where one of the aspirants, who is a certain vice president, hails from. Annie, I have been a municipal chief executive before. You become automatically the head of security. We call municipal, we call it MUSEC. So region will be RISEC. And the fact that you have been appointed by a political hand or a politician to go and head a region or a municipality or a district, and you are made a head of the security, doesn't make you a brain box of security matters, because policing is expertise. You need a lot of experts and training, very deep thinking into policing. So the fact that you are head of RISEC, you meet a regional police commander at a venue or whoever, a police officer, then you tell him, I am the regional minister, I am in charge. Tell your boys, nobody should challenge me. So even if they are killing people, police is firing into people, or someone, an armed man, is firing into people like what happened at Techiman South, the police, the RISEC head, is telling the police who has the expertise to maintain law and order that me, a civilian, who just became a police, a head of a RISEC by virtue of my appointment, I am in charge. How do you become in charge of this expertise? Which politician?
You know, like she says, like a 5-second video. You don't know what he was told.
You don't even know who he was talking
or
to.
How he was
even a police head.
No, whatever it is. If you tell me I am in charge, tell your boys. Which boys? Was it Delta Forces? Or which boys were the RISEC?
That's why
you lost the context of the whole.
The video,
the point is that if you are a head of RISEC, it doesn't make you an authority over policing. It is only the police that has the authority to maintain law and order.
But what shows he was talking to the police?
So if there's going to
where
be
is the evidence that he was talking to the police?
But whatever,
did you see the officer?
From the legal angle, as she's looking at it, yes, there's a police officer.
I am not a legal,
and that is
I am not a legal person. Fati, let me learn. But at least sitting at where I am today as a former municipal chief executive, where I have led a security team for the municipality, representing the president of the country in my municipality, I know what goes into such comments. If you make such utterance that I am the head, tell your boys, no one to challenge me. And if for whatever reason, if there's something going on and they need to give you technical advice based on what you said, how can they give you that advice to, collectively help? So we should also manage the way we are, the power is getting into our heads.
And
whatsoever the man was talking about,
if I may,
just
just quickly, if we know the context of the short video that we saw, and it points to the fact that he was talking to a police head, and this is what happened and all that, nobody will sit here and say what he's doing is right. But it is also unfair to everybody, on the basis of natural justice, that you did not even see the person he was talking to. It may even be an opponent who knows him as, it may even be another delegate or an agent of a delegate. We don't have appreciation of that. We don't even know what is happening in this
we don't have the law, but at least we have common sense to deduce.
That is the reason why I was saying
just
that
within
even for the EC chair, we shouldn't base on just a picture to determine the day-to-day activities of the security details. Because when Madame Charlotte Osei was the EC chair,
we get the opportunity to talk about some
when Madame Charlotte Osei was the EC chair, she had 3 military guys around him. But we don't know their usual course.
Probably, but we didn't see
that. How you take it if police officers themselves, send messages to indicate.
That's fine.
Guess what? I have actually received over 20 messages within the short period. From one of the members of my news team. It has been forwarded. So you see that they have sent the messages to their contacts and they forwarded them to me, over 20 of them. Let me try and capture some. It says, good morning. I'm an ex-police officer who has been battling with victimization and unfair treatment issues for 16 years, and no one seemed to listen and help with my plight. Second one, I was threatened by a superior in 2005 while working under him as regional commander that he would make my life miserable and destroy me in life. He managed to transfer me to Asante Achim Bompata, where I worked under him. He found fault with me that I should be charged for an alleged absence of barracks and duty. Third one, I was tried and adjudicating officer recommended, acquitted, and discharged, but he asked me to retry me on the same charge. Now this time, reduce. Okay, this is telling the story. This time, reduction in rank was recommended, but the man, being the head of the regional disciplinary board, recommended dismissal to the central disciplinary board, and they approved of it. Per our status, I'm supposed to be given 6 weeks to appeal. The appeal was forged, and they claimed based on the forged appeal, they tempered justice with mercy and varied the dismissal to remove with all benefits. I did not take my money because I felt I needed proper justice and I was being shortchanged. This one continues to say, I took this issue to charge, but I believe it was manipulated, and the back okay, and let me jump here. I have been resorting to petitions to pertinent institutions, but to no avail. He transferred me to a place where I worked alone for 7 months, and I managed to let the then IGP know about what was happening, and she said it was not proper, so she brought 2 persons in addition to me. I fell ill, went to Bompata Health Center for a treatment, and the medical. So the second story is actually, the second message is actually telling a story. Medical assistant gave me 4 days an excuse duty. During the trial, I stated all these, but the police administration said I brought a medical report to them stating that I was not sound. So they held my salary for 10 months whilst I was working. Please, I'm hearing from your medium that the lady is saying, and I'm sure you're talking about the deputy minister, is saying that he had been at Jubilee House for 4 years and there has not been any complaint of unfair treatment. Mine to the president was referred to the assistant secretary, executive assistant secretary, Ajay Ibrahim. Okay, I know Ibrahim Ajay. I was not attended to, but they told me it was referred to Mr. Kofi Boache, and he was asked that he should give a copy of his findings, but he told him he will not give me. I am still wallowing in the problem for 16 years. As I speak to you, they machinated and forcibly removed me at age 32 after someone threatened me. I'm ready to speak. Annie, do something about this for me. So that's the story. Let me help my brother or friend who sent this message to you. If he's a someone also says that the deputy minister does not know what she's talking about, or it's been happening. But they added a name, but I won't mention the name. Just
if
reasons.
You have a problem with your superior for over 16 years, how does that translate into this government's executive at Jubilee House unfairly treating security personnel? That is one. The second one, if it is within the service and then you are unfairly treated, you are first of all supposed to resort to internal mechanisms to seek redress. When the internal mechanisms are abused by your superior, that is why under Article 23 of the 1992 Constitution on Administrative Justice, for the purpose of education, let me refer it so that they can assert their rights. Under Article 23 of the 1992 Constitution, it says, and I quote, administrative bodies and administrative officials shall act fairly and reasonably and comply with the requirements imposed on them by law, and persons aggrieved by the exercise of such acts and decisions shall have the right to seek redress before a court or tribunal. If you are in an institution and then you feel you have been abused and you resort to the mechanisms and they fail to treat you well, you have every right to say, I am going to the High Court, to say this is what the big people in my, you don't need 16 years to wait to go and see a secretary to a secretary to a secretary to a president to help you go back within your service to resolve it. Within the 16 years, the court could have.
Are you saying that the unfairness in the system sometimes does not manipulate the whole system itself?
No.
The system itself manipulates
in
itself.
your institution. Of what basis will the court manipulate anything to support your institution? There are people who have taken their institutions to court and won cases and received even compensations. There are people whose work have been unfairly terminated and their institutions have been ordered by court.
So let me ask this.
Yes.
If a police officer is abused and is taken to court, taking the matter to court,
yes,
and he wins the case, now government, receives the what's it called, damages to compensate this person, then the government will pay.
Not government. Let me
who is responsible for the abuse? What happens to that person?
Let me correct you. Not government. If you are working in the police service or military and then you have a problem and then you use the internal mechanisms and they fail you and then you go to court, the court will give judgment or a decision and the court will enforce it. It does not necessarily always comprise compensation. The court can I'm trying to use the superior expression and state that you were unfairly treated and order. The court can order the institution to take you back. They may not like you, you may not be a friend, but it will not take away your right to get what you deserve within your institution.
I'm saying that regardless the recommendation or the judgment that's given
not
by the
recommendation, order. Yes.
So if it's order, judgment, however you lawyers will call it, what happens to whoever was carrying out the unfair treatment?
The judgment of the court it embodies everything the court's thing should have happened in that instance and who erred. The most important thing is to make sure you asserted your rights and you received your due. Afterwards, when the institution also goes through the judgment of the courts, okay, upon consideration of the facts and the legal issues in the case, the institution will now decide to take it up. And let me remind you, institutions, although they remain the way they are, leadership keep changing because most of these institutions, due to retirement, due to incapacitation, due to changes of political office and so on. So for 16 years, if you are able to assert yourself a little bit more, unless maybe you were not in the right, and even the court's decision or judgment may not be satisfactory to you. But the fact that it is not satisfactory to you does not mean the court is wrong. If you exhaust all the platforms that are available. Because you are not meant to go to court and win every case. Yes.
Yeah,
it's the truth. If you know your rights under administrative justice and how it's supposed to work, then you will know that it is not enough that my institution says I am wrong, so I'm going to sue.
So another one,
you will go to court.
What she's saying, she's making it appear easy, but some of us are handicapped in so many ways.
Especially
we need help. It's not that easy. He didn't add his name. This is Rani. Good morning. Please, I disapprove Honorable Fati and challenge the disapprove by and challenge the Nanka Bruce video, the case that happened when Akufo-Addo's government.
I think it happened in February.
In transition, yes. The said video happened January 9, 2001. Okay, January 9, 2001, when they were in power. January 9, 2001. Okay, I think we can check. Adekoka says that good morning, and he's watching you live. Hey, on Emirates. Hey.
Probably on his phone.
Oh, you made me laugh out loud.
Chairman Ade, good morning.
Chairman, good morning to you. Okay, I'm not supposed to mention this name, but says that
Briefing.
Why allow a debate over whom a man was addressing? He says, Commander, tell your people, blah, blah, blah. Until and unless proved otherwise. He was referencing and belittling a commander of security.
Exactly. He's in charge.
So why allow a debate over who the man was addressing? Now, the one who sent me the message is a lawyer, but he's asked me not to mention the same. So
I call my national youth organizer commander.
So hold on. So he said commander.
But I am in charge.
But this man was standing right in front of him.
I didn't say that, and I'm saying I cannot.
Okay, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because in the video, if you even provide it in court, and there is a man standing and wearing a military attire. In the video, you cannot say that necessarily means he is a military man.
Yeah.
Did you appreciate
it?
It's
not about reproach.
And the fact
there were
that
some
he said,
parts
I am in charge. What is he in charge about? Because these are election matters. This is election day. Tell your boys. Who has boys? I mean, we use this phrase a lot of times. Okay. Commander, tell your boys.
You have boys.
Tell your boys.
You have boys.
So this lawyer is also
with
saying,
your boys.
And I am in charge.
Yes, it's a debate of two lawyers. This one says that until and unless proving otherwise, he was referencing and belittling a commander of security.
Exactly.
So if you have the security that was present,
the security that we need to take good care of.
Yeah, and Helga says that looks like in our current dispensation, ministers and other government appointees are supposedly above the law. How sad, 2024 December, better hurry. The finance minister has a military person following him during his morning walks. Oh, that's an allegation. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know.
So that was where Charles Owusu was coming from. You see, when a military man is following a politician, probably leaving the house with a lot of problems, school fees, medical bills, wife problems, nagging and all that, and comes to follow a minister and see money sparks in homes and all that, you are tempting them.
Okay.
So that was what Charles Owusu was talking about. When you bring the military and these people closer, you expose your vulnerabilities and they take over. It was in context because of the coup.
All right. So remember,
imagine to see like the first police officer.
It's okay.
Annie,
it's okay.
Annie,
in our earlier discussion, we're talking about the appearance of women on the platform. Esquire. This one is senior Esquire.
Can I get?
So she says.
My guess is right.
She says, Fati is not being factual. I was always there.
Always where?
Margot doesn't know that.
No, I know, sis. I know, don't mind Fati.
Always where?
She was always on Metro.
So we are openly pleading with you.
No. Oh, no. Yeah. You can watch our videos. I'm saying fact check with your... I was here with male panelists.
Once or...
No, I'm saying you fact check. The production team is here. They can fetch it
We can check.
Even if
How many times?
That sometimes
I will find it. If I check my post, yes, on Instagram,
but lawyer is saying she was always here.
No, not always. She was mostly here, not always here.
But Fati, you were always here.
So how many times?
No, I wasn't always here, but I'm talking about my experience.
That is what I want to know. Like, how many times?
Maybe more
did
than
you
once.
Appear with Felix?
More than once.
So let's say twice.
Not just him, but more than. I'm saying more than once. And the excuse was because we didn't get a female representative from the other side.
But
and
no,
it was said on air. It was said on air. Yes.
On 2 occasions, I've hosted an NDC person with a male from NPP before.
So they could have made their argument on that line that they have also experienced that. But I'm talking about
look at your point.
And that cannot be denied.
The experience you went through last night in getting us here.
Yeah.
Not that we are not available. But sometimes certain situations and so it might not necessarily mean we don't have we have.
Okay.
Yesterday I was
Maggie.
Joyce Bauer has made her points. Let's take her.
She's always here.
We'll back shortly.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting for your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment,
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout,
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments,
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola.
Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola. The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Over 18 years in business, Appointed Time Printing Limited has delivered quality service to some of Ghana's well-known brands. With our equipment capacity, we are able to deliver 1,500 pieces of polo and t-shirts in 1 hour. This is only possible with us. For retailers and wholesalers, we offer for sale high-quality polo shirts and t-shirts in different colors at affordable prices. We have a one-stop shop for all creative designs and billboards, 3D signages, flexi banners, car branding, stickers and posters. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 4541 65, 0501 4541 67. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Appointed Time GH. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is a
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
My name is John, and this is my long-time crush, my cookie dipped in strawberry yogurt. On this scorching hot afternoon on our way back from a long job hunt, we met this good Samaritan who offered us 6 weeks later.
A special wedding reception for our bride and groom.
And there she is, my cookie, dipped in someone else's yogurt.
Who holds the moolah, holds the shot. Play game by games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Big phone numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times daily to become one of our daily lucky winners. Dial *946# to play now, or you can also play online at www.gamepackgames.com. Game Park is regulated by the National Lottery Authority.
Masanabo, Masanaba. Say, you see, you call cashless. Say, cashless, yeah. You say, you can be a wish office. You see, the power up back. And also, another you'll be beer. Set up auto credit. Set up auto credit and no one issue. So, what problem be up as a history for everything? He answer overcome power up. And one on the 2 assembly up. So, only smartphone and money how. And there's only data and swap. And it's new memory. And one said, who may know young phone. Oh, sorry. Open your phone. No one direct *226#. You are through there. You see the power app no. Mobile money, Visa card, Mastercard, a BHP you let me see you see the power app. What want to show a down some. It's simple.
Step into success with Accra Business School. Boost your career with a prestigious MSc degrees from KNUST. Pick from Human Resource Management, Communication and International Relations, Public Affairs. In just 12 months, our MBA can be yours. Dive into our BSc programs in IT Security and Cybercrime, IT Management and Business and Management, endorsed by top universities in Ireland and Wales. We offer flexible entry, payment and learning options. It's time to unlock your potential and take flight. Visit www.abs.edu.gh or dial 0263 888 555. Let Accra Business School elevate your future today.
Inside Black Star Press Limited, grow inside the invective minds, evolving concepts and the creative trends. The printing press you need now. Witness the beauty, diversity and natural wonder with our works. Inside Black Star Press Limited, in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880-000 for all your print works. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Welcome back to Good Morning Ghana. I still have Deputy Minister for Information Fatima Abubakar with us, and Margaret Ansay, who is a member of NEC and the member of the National Communications team of the NDC, with me in the studio. All right, last week we started dealing with, the committee sitting on the attempt to remove Dr. Ekufu Dampare audio that leaked. An investigation has already started with members appearing before the committee. Bugri Nabu himself has appeared. We played some of the video, and the one that actually also carried the media away was Commissioner of Police George Alex Mensah, who had been saying a few things. So let me just capture. Okay, so this newspaper, Daily Post, it says that IGP outplots COP's 9 shocking statement that left Ghanaians talking. First, affiliation with the new the new patriotic party. That's what you wanted to write. So Daily Post, please correct. Well, you can't correct it, but I think that's what you wanted to write. The New Patriotic Party. COP Mensah openly disclosed that he is a member of the New Patriotic Party, by extension the United Party. He told the committee that although he belonged to the NPP, he was not a card-bearing member. This man, can you belong to a party without being a card-bearing member?
Sympathizer. No, sympathizer.
So you can be a sympathizer.
You have a soft spot. Yeah. You are likely to agree with their
ideas.
To their
ideology.
Yes, although you are not a member.
So if you don't have a card, you cannot call yourself a member.
Yes. But a lot of people are sympathizers. Yeah. And we have sympathizers because for instance, when it comes to chiefs and their involvement in politics, some other offices that requires that you are not affiliated to any political party, but we are talking about people who, by virtue of universal adult suffrage and our constitutional provisions, are eligible to vote, and they vote for a party. So if they say they are sympathizers, then I think it's...
All right. 2, desire to be IGP. COP Mensah openly admitted that he had desired to lead the police service as IGP. As a result, he has been lobbying with the powers that be to get the opportunity to be the IGP. 3, Dampari masterminded the recording or leak of the viral tape. 4, lobbying within the police service. He again brought to light that the level of lobbying within the Ghana Police Service. COP told the committee that in his case, he sent his CV to Chief Bugri Nabu to advance his candidacy for the IGP position. He said, my CV was given to somebody whom Bugri Nabu sent to come and collect from me. 5, bitterness among police officers. COP Mensah drew the attention of the committee to what he describes as bitterness amongst the officers of the police service. 6, Dampari had gagged police officers. Even the PR unit can't talk. The senior police officer accused the IGP of gagging police officers, including public affairs unit of the Ghana Police Service. 7, I don't regret making the IGP. I don't regret making this IGP is not a correct statement. I don't know what you wanted to write. But COP Mensah was being interrogated by the committee, admitted that he described the IGP, Dr. George Akuffo Dampari, is not correct. A statement he said he has no regrets or reservations. Okay, I get it now. 8, there are POMAB meetings where some members are not invited. That's the former director of operations of the Ghana Police Service, COP Alex Mensah, alleged that some members of the Ghana Police Management Board are being deliberately excluded from crucial discussions regarding the police service. Mr. Chair, I have told you, quote, quote, okay, that's what he said. The 9th one says that police service promotions between 2008 and 2016 were politically motivated. The senior police officer also said that the promotions in the service between the year 2008 and 2016 were all politically motivated. Margot, that was when you were in office. So you politically motivated your police appointments. You can't tell. Okay. It's still under investigation. But IGP leaked audio probe should be held in camera. Major Derek Ojo is talking. Former Deputy Defense Minister Major retired Derek Ojo says that the ongoing inquiry by Parliament's ad hoc committee into the allegations of the ploy to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akuffo Dampari, should have been conducted in camera, away from eyes of the public. Major Ojo argued that some of the issues emanated from the probe are sensitive and can injure public security, hence his remarks. Quote, I thought that it was going to be an administrative inquiry so that some of these things don't come out. This should have been done in camera because some security issues would have come up and protected if it was in camera. I regret having conversation with Brugina, but that's by, COP Mensah. And Derek Odro says that no need, retired Derek Odro, no need for IGP to appear before the leaked. Remember that they had, proposed that they think that the IGP should also come and respond to some things. Former Defense Minister, Deputy Defense Minister Major Derek Odro has also said that there is no need for the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akuffo Dampari, to appear before the ad hoc parliamentary committee probing. He alleged probing his alleged ousting. COP Mensah, one of the top police officers implicated in alleged plots to oust the Inspector General of Police on Friday, September 1, 2023, told the committee that Dampari orchestrated the recording and leaked the recording of the leaked tape and has the original copy. And he has the original copy and must be recorded upon the committee that needs the tape. But Major Odro, in an interview with CTFM, intimated that there is no need for the IGP to be invited before the committee. I'll pause here. As for me, I think a lot of people know my position on George Akufo-Dampare. This morning I was driving past the office. At dawn, I always drive past. That's my route to the office. Hey, I'm giving myself away. Then, I mean, whenever I get to the entrance, I admire. And I said, someone says that if you want to change the world, start changing your environment. And that's what George Akufo-Dampare, I think, is doing. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't know what other people think. But if you now go to the police headquarters, you see that there's a lot of infrastructure changes that what he's trying to do. Government is also trying to help by retooling the police here and there. I mean, so far, not that bad. I won't say so far, no, so good. I would just say so far, really not that bad. Even though we have a constitutional challenge of having the executive appoint IGP, other institutions, we are battling with that. But for now, that's what we're dealing with. I mean, so far, what do you think of that?
First of all, I would like to address this issue in three parts. First of all, the police as a service and my perception of Dr. George Akufo-Dampare's leadership. Second, on the secret recording and its implications should anyone wish to rely on the recording for any redress at all in law. And also, thirdly, about the public probe by the the ad hoc committee of parliament as set up by the Right Honourable Speaker. For me, my perception of the police as a service, police service, has greatly improved, and it stems from the fact that I trust in President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's leadership and thoughts and intentions for the country, for which he appointed Dr. George Akufo-Dampare based on merits and his belief in his capacity to deliver excellence in the service. I am so proud and greatly admire the style that Dr. George Akufo-Dampare is using at the service from an outsider's point of view, because I am not a police officer, but I'm speaking as a member of the public, that I believe the perception of the service has greatly improved. Not only has his own conduct, posturing, the quality of statement that comes from their public relations unit, the consistency of their statement, how they have used modern channels like social media, like Facebook, to make sure consistently they are up and doing and make sure that they respond to any issues. But about the fact that beyond appointing Dr. George Akufo-Dampare, President Akufo-Addo has the first time given the police service 3 helicopters to improve their operations. The pool of vehicles at the Ghana Police Service has doubled because of the commitment of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to retool the service and many other things. If they didn't have the budget and they were starved, or the budgets of the service were weaponized against them, even in these difficult economic times, I don't think they would have been able to chalk the successes that they have today. So I don't have any reservation or problems with the police service at all from an outsider's point of view. If anything, when I follow West Africa sub-regional conversations and platforms like Instablock Niger and see the kind of admiration that people have for our police service, I feel proud as a Ghanaian, because we've reached a point where even Ghanaians believe if the police don't catch you, it's because they don't want to catch you. We have come to a point where we believe in their capacity to catch you if they really intend to. So that is a good thing. Secondly, not going into the merit of the recording, because of course there is a public proof which I will come to. If according to the 1992 Constitution, Article 18, Clause 2, your right to privacy of communication and correspondence.
Just a quick correction. So I think in the video we're stating that the Upper West Regional Minister, we stated it was Upper East.
No,
it's rather
East is the Upper
West.
Yes.
Upper West Regional
Okay.
Minister. So just be corrected on that.
So I am saying that based on the constitutional provision under Article 18, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution, you are guaranteed the privacy of your communication and correspondence, except where it's in the public interest. That guarantee is to the effect that if, as we sit here, Maggie does not have authorization to record me, without my consent or knowledge, and she does. Just recording me and sending it out there may have just the hey public value. But if she wants to assert any legal rights or take it to court, they may not admit it. Because you don't determine what is in the public interest because you have recorded me. The court may not admit it. So my point is that if you have reservations or you want to address some internal issues, there should be some more crisp or more tidy ways of maybe confronting your peers, or maybe, for instance, if the COP had reservations about the IGP, it's not up to going to have a conversation with a politician or anything. I believe as colleagues there should have been ways and means to make sure they voice out what they see to be the challenges within the sector. And when you voice out those challenges, we should remember that President Akufo-Addo did not take anybody's party card to appoint them as IGP. He saw their style, their reputation, investigated their background, irrespective of whatever you think their traits or soft spots are, and believe this person can do the work. If you didn't get it, that's fine. It means the consideration of the president is based on merit and not really about affiliation. That being said, whoever recorded the video, the audio, I don't think has done either the COP or the IGP or anyone in the police service any good. Because and the subsequent publicity.
But the person has done Ghana a lot of good.
What's the good in it?
Did you listen to the video?
I have listened. I'm following the probe.
The audio.
Yes, I know.
Have you had time to listen to the audio even before?
I'm saying I have listened to the audio. We've had calls to discuss it on some other platforms. I've been following the probe. I listened to Chief Bugri. I've listened to COP George Alex Mensah. My point is that when you look at the Parliament of Ghana, one, they have a standing committee with capacity to address issues that border on the interior or defense. If there were set concerns and even require parliamentary stepping in, that would have been just all right. In the wisdom of the Right Honourable Speaker, in this instance, they've set up an ad hoc committee. My concern is the fact that the publicity or the broadcasting of the parliamentary probe has given fuel or allowed for some allegations to be further amplified and publicized to the extent that some allegations that were made against the IGP, people who did not get the benefit of listening to the audio are now getting the benefit of listening to it because the parties have been brought to come and say it live on TV for everyone to hear, to repeat the allegations. And I wasn't comfortable with that. And I wasn't comfortable because I think there are aspects about morale, operations, and other things that require that even if there was a probe, maybe it's okay to do it in camera. And also give the IGP a fair opportunity to respond. Because if I watch what the man is saying in the probe today, and I don't hear the IGP's response, no matter how innocent he is, you don't assume that everyone listening to some of these publications are at the same level as you and will appreciate the issues the way you do. People may carry all sorts of impressions, which I think will not inure to the benefit of the service in any way. So I am not against a parliamentary probe, but as has been espoused by other people, I think it should have been done in camera. Two, recording people without their consent or knowledge may not yield you any results if your intention of using the material is to hold them to account. Because probably if you had asked for their consent or knowledge to record, they wouldn't have made certain loose utterances that they made. When the man says his comments, talking to the man, if he knew it's regrettable to some extent. So my point is that the recording is wrong. The comment that and allegations have been made is unnecessary. Workplace, people may not agree with your style, but the fact that you don't agree with somebody's leadership style doesn't mean you should go around mouthing them to people who don't even have any stakes anyway within the service. But we are counting on Parliament. I believe whatever terms of reference that the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Speaker gave them, they will execute it and give the House their recommendations for us to take the steps forward. But as a security institution, and players who are within the security sector, I will urge that some of these things has to stop. We know, everyone will say, oh, it happens at all workplaces. People will be mouthing people. You'll be there, your colleague will call other people, this person is incompetent, this work they are doing, I can do it better than them, and all sorts of things. But within the sector, it doesn't look good for those of us watching from outside. So it has to stop.
Right. Margot.
Ghana Police Service. And,
you know, I was laughing at some point.
You had an
so someone sent
message.
me a picture. You know, we're talking about EC's back being carried by. Someone sent me a picture of one of your friends. I'm not going to mention her name.
Okay.
Her shoes were being carried.
It's a video decision.
So,
police officer.
Maggie.
I thought she was dancing.
So, Annie.
But this friend, I know we now are looking for her, so let me protect
I won't do production for you again. Annie, with the boogie.
You should send the picture to
Don't
me.
send any
I'll post it on Facebook.
Photoshop in this era. Annie, with the boogie double tape recording and Parliament coming in and all that. Annie, first of all, the police officers in the tape must be condemned. You know, and I will, even before I go into the nitty-gritty, I will recommend that COP, Alex Mensah, and Superintendent Asari. His is even more dangerous because per the police organogram, the protocol office he works with is directly under the office of the IGP. And the COP, Alex Asari, is a commissioner in charge of operations. So you realize what happened at Ayawaso West Wagon, then the 2020 elections, the brutalities. Annie, these people must be outrightly sacked, deprived of whatever benefits they were supposed to get, to serve as a deterrent to others. Annie, I hear COP Alex Mensah speak before the commission. And you could clearly see the envy, the jealousy, the competition. And Annie, why does competition come in? I have said it over and over again, even on other platforms, that the police hierarchy should be considering the pyramid structure. And when you have too many commissioners, and after commissioner, where do you go? IGP. And as I have said that the IGP seats, it is not a bench or a pew where a lot of people can sit on. It is just this one chair as I'm sitting in. So when you promote so many commissioners, then you just put one up there. The competition becomes tighter because everybody wants to be there.
So at some point, we create the problem.
Yes. So we have to look at it because gone were the days. You don't get so many commissioners. At least if it's a few, they may understand each other and be bathing their time or be retiring on their position or whatever their rank. But when there are too many and everybody wants to sit on that one seat, it makes the person sitting there very vulnerable. I listened to this one. He said before the commission that he is a sympathizer to the NPP party and that he is from a tradition, his family is from the UP tradition, that is J.H. Mensah, Buzia and co, coming down to Akufo-Addo and co. And also, he also mentioned that he had wanted to be an IGP or wished to be an IGP for 9 good years. And when I heard that, I worked for those previous IGPs who have retired. What it means is that the way this man has undermined them, allegedly,
what this man could have done to them, I think it is the God of IGP that has, Kufu Dampare that has exposed him now. And also, you have been a commissioner in charge of operations at the police headquarters. So what interest do you have that you couldn't help your boss to succeed or to work with? This gentleman has made his interest so politically motivated that it has override his interest for the country as serving a nation, Ghana, instead of wishing and thinking of. He says something that in election there is something you call mafia tactics. And when you hear the tape, mafia tactics, that there are mafia tactics that you can do to win an election. And this tape, the lawyers will tell you that sometimes some of this evidence is admissible because this is about overthrowing a legitimate IGP. Sometimes when issues like this that borders on national security, crime prevention, and other things, the evidence, even if you have to go and steal it, is admissible. So the recording one, we condemn. But there was an incident, I think about one lady, ACA versus NIB. The court admitted it because what the lady was talking about that was recorded borders on the benefit and the interest of the people. So Annie, it depends on what you are recording. If it threatens our national security, if it threatens our peace and security, because
which article 18?
A sitting IGP telling them that there are mafia tactics that you can even do. This is plot to rig an election 2024, taking the right of the people from them. So even though we all condemn secret recordings, this is something that we need to look at. And also, Parliament, they are doing their best. The commission, they will do their report, they will bring it to the plenary, they will discuss to represent the views of their citizens. But I think moving forward and in part of their recommendation, when it comes to matters like this, experts should get involved. Retired IGPs, maybe lawyers, people with certain expertise, so that they can really come out this way. But Annie, in conclusion, what I want to say is that this COP Asari is not coming from a good place. To say that because you wanted to be an IGP, somebody aided you to go and give your CV to Bugri Nabu, a civilian, your interest is to maintain peace and order. What is your business with a politician? You wanted to be an IGP. You have few months to go on retirement. Therefore, the man who is the IGP now, you are doing everything to undermine him. And I mean, this culture of pulling people down is getting deep into our society. And when you leave the police, they have their problems. And the evidence is what we are seeing. And it come to industries. Go to corporate institutions. Let's come to Metro TV. You sit here in the morning. Nobody knows what goes into it. But somebody somewhere is wishing that you fail, so they take your seat. What is the mean? What culture are we cultivating?
Oh, that's not in Metro TV.
Annie, it is everywhere. Let's come to politics. The party of my how do you
use your NDC party as your example?
Look at this
in your lane.
Oh, Annie, I'm using politics. When I finish, I'll come to my.
Yes,
use NDC.
Annie,
start
look
from
at
home.
this
Charity
gentleman.
begins at home.
When we were kids, I used to hear him on Kokroko and stuff. The engineer or architect or something. Japan. He was part of these 10 aspirants, but he didn't even come in the first 5.
Former
general secretary. And from his ordeal, it was orchestrated. Then let's just kick him out.
They're all allegations.
And yes, but today, look at the people they've lined up to be flag bearers. This gentleman, from what he says and from how we've been following him those days, and he has contributed a lot. He has worked with President Kufuor Nana-Addo. Hey, but look at how pull him down.
This your campaign is serious. Don't bother yourself. He didn't maybe make it to the top 5.
I support
He didn't make it to the top 5.
Annie, let's come to NDC.
You focus on the top 5.
Okay.
Now,
let's come to NDC, Annie. Politicians. We have used our mouths to destroy very beautiful talents, very beautiful personalities that one day they might even be of help to us and our country. The pulling him down culture in us as Ghanaians, and it is becoming one too many. We have to watch it.
If one becomes your leader, at least all that you can do is to support, because all of us cannot be on the front line. Look at we women, we go through a lot to come and sit here. The fact that you are sitting here, somebody at home is angry. Yet when you give the person the job to do, probably they cannot do it. Somebody will just take an issue without not verifying, carry it to the market, crucify you. All because probably they suspect that you are on the front line. Meanwhile, whatever the person is doing, it is in the interest of all of us. All of us. So whatever you need to do to support, you are a commissioner of police in charge of operations, and you are eyeing the seat of the IGP. Therefore, you sit on the public television and call the IGP that he is not correct.
Do you know what that spirit sometimes makes you do? It makes you forget that you have a position.
You see, without remorse.
No, it makes you forget that as a COP, you also have
something
responsibilities. To do. So you forget about your responsibilities.
And just focus
all
on
you're doing is eyeing another person.
Even eyeing alone is not the dangerous thing, but pulling him down so you sit up. But you see, with such behavior, you can never get there. Look at how he's embarrassed himself in front of the whole nation. And I support that. I think we should have thought through very well that we should have done in camera. Because imagine the IGP and his family, wife and children, sit at home, hear a commissioner of police talk with such verboism.
No. Doctor can manage it. It's emotional
that
intelligence.
He is not correct. Annie, if you don't take care.
But when you do that, you're also denying some of us.
No, that is what I didn't like.
If you don't
should have been in camera.
Yeah, Annie, if you don't take care, it will take a lot of emotional courage for the IGP to come and order his boys or speak to his men over certain issues, because already somebody sits there and says you are not correct. You are the worst IGP in the past 30 years. Annie, how? Anyway. How will you allow an envy to do this to you to an extent that you do not think about the national interest but your parochial interest? And you see, the universe will not even allow you to become an IGP. Imagine this gentleman, he would have killed all of us. To become an IGP, ways and means, you go into election, say that he has mafia tactics to make Doctor a president. Who said Ghanaians want Doctor to be a president?
You know Duke?
No.
Okay, Duke says hi.
I don't know him.
You know Duke, right?
The journalist Duke or Jubilee. Oh.
As for me, how can he say hi? He's saying hi to Fati.
He's saying hi to everybody.
Yeah,
I'm just
please,
quickly.
Hi.
I just want to capture a few messages.
Okay.
Honorable Minister, you want to say something?
Yes.
This one says, good morning, and I cringed from my seat listening to the committee on the alleged tape involving the police senior officer and the kind of inflammatory statements he is alluding to, the same institution which he is part. Exactly.
Envy.
The same institution you are working in.
Annie, envy will take all the sense away. You will be playing nonsense.
Ghana indeed is sitting on a time bomb.
Envy.
David Edu is texting from Tema West. My greetings to Mago. Okay, Henry from Kufuria says that should Fatima Abubakar Esquire defend everything? Oh, she was just explaining herself.
But the police, in the video, a police officer has confirmed that it was a police commander.
They were talking.
They were talking.
Because you know, the first message I received from the lawyer says that I have reversed and played back as a lawyer.
Yeah.
He said, "Where is the commander?" Then tell your boys there, I am a regional minister. The IGP can send you here, but none of you can challenge me.
I am in charge.
These were his words.
Yeah, he's the commander.
You know, he looked for the commander and spoke to him. So Annie, Halidu says that Annie, greet Fatima. She's my sister from Bogo. This is Halidu, NDC. Okay. Halidu. Shannon says that Annie, good morning. COP Mensah cannot be trusted. He says that he is a sympathizer of the NPP, but he is campaigning to be the PC for the Bekwai constituency currently. Can a person who is not a Cadbury member
outrightly without
contest a PC? Eugene Elliott is asking. That's a critical question. I think they will disqualify him already. I'm not sure the party will even entertain.
But he didn't deny the party. He was very strategic.
And if I may quickly, I wanted to make a comment. You know, my point is that I would like to reiterate that in the year 2000, the IGP in an election year was Mr. Peter Namfuri, who was appointed by Rawlings. President Kufuor won the election. In the year 2008, The IGP who was appointed by President Kufuor was Mr. Patrick Kwate Champon. NDC under Professor Mills won the elections. In 2016, the IGP who was appointed by former President Mahama was Mr. John Kudalo. President Akufo-Addo went ahead to win elections. We in the NPP have learned from that experience that we don't think any IGP can win an election for us. Going into 2024, it is based on our record and our campaign and our goodwill with the good people of Ghana that is taking us to victory 2024 with Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. We are not sitting there for once thinking that anybody has some mafia tactics to win election for us. If that was the case, I will not be sitting here. It means we will not even bother to come and sell our message to the good people of this country. But power belongs to the people, and we continue to share our track record and solicit for that power so that they will go to the polls and vote for us. We don't need any mafia tactics.
This is the kind of last words I was expecting, or I am expecting, and I will always expect. These last words must be encouraged. Thank you. So, let's take a break. We'll come back with some trends. We'll be back shortly.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you now, and couple the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. Up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zongo Junction. At the K Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafubuachi Hospital Junction. Takradi. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
Welcome back to Good Morning Ghana. Prosper, good morning. I've seen your message that says that in any human institution you're likely to find sympathetic to a certain cause, but their work alone and the fact that they need to be neutral makes it weird to hear senior officers espouse that as though it has to be normal. That guy, blah, blah, blah. Good morning to you.
Good morning. You always look good with the afro and the natural hair. I can't wait for mine to get to yours and then I can rock it like that. You know, I copy your hairstyles. Hey, come to think of it.
You know, Rita Mali. I've even forgotten your name, Rita Mali. Guys, you see this lady release that hair on her head. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, it's time for trends, and I picked some comments during the live, recording of Good Morning Ghana on Facebook. So let's take a look at some of the comments. These NPPs think they are above the law. Even a whole Donald Trump is being jailed. So it is indeed possible for some of you to go through same. This is from Imelda Nassar, and she has a top fan badge. So I guess she's been commenting a lot. So Jean Mensah is the only EC chair with military personnel guarding her. Kingston Bisnab Asimika says, yeah. And then this one from Francis, King Glory, the name. This woman should be our spokesperson. We have a balanced combination on the show today. I am proud of you. I don't know who he was referring to, whether if it was Margot,
the deputy minister.
The deputy minister. Oh, okay. This one, Chris Akrofi says that wasn't Charlotte Osei being protected by the security?
You didn't read the first word. Or just read it.
Hypocrite.
It's allowed.
Wasn't Charlotte Osei being protected by the security forces even when she went for an interview at Joy FM? The road frontage of the road was blocked with armored vehicles.
But if he heard, the minister made reference to it.
Okay. So this NPP woman is living in Utopia, Ghana. Ajo. That is what Ajo says. And lastly, okay, I wanted to pick that last comment, but
go on.
The NPP.
Oh, this is being repeated.
Okay, it's been repeated. Okay, so that is it for the comments with Good Morning Ghana. But let's move on to John Dramani Mahama. He is trending as well because of the comment he made at the 3rd annual NDC lawyers. I mean, okay, let me read some of the comments. I can assure you that the John Dramani Mahama administration from January 7, 2025 will be different. I promise visionary and selfless leadership and not the business as usual approach of the NPP. Okay, so that is from I nearly said something. That is from John Dramani Mahama's page. Moving on, John Mahama's remarks are not new. In fact, it's a stark reality that continues to play before our very eyes. I mean, he's saying that we are not immune to a coup and all that. Okay, Kufuor made 4 appointments in 8 years. Atandles made 0 appointment in 4 years. Mahama made 2 appointments in 4 years. Akufo-Addo has made 11 appointments in 4 years. John Mahama was right. Only if we'll be truthful and want equity. Akufo-Addo's appointment was deliberate. Red Ejapade. Okay, this is from the second coming of JM. Okay, this one says reckless, divisive statement by John Mahama as usual, denigrating the state institutions, especially the judiciary, and also making ethnocentric statements whenever he is in opposition just to win political power. But Ghanaians don't want him again because he is corrupt. Okay, and this one says from Barrister Godfrey, John Mahama has the potential to address critical issues, provide a more promising future for the youth, and work with the citizenry to build the Ghana we want. Okay, and I see a lot of people not happy that John Mahama has dropped a
bomb.
No, Nana Jane Mensah as a vice president running.
They are not happy that he has dropped her.
Yes, I saw that comment as well. But
has he told anyone that he has dropped her?
I'm really surprised where it's coming from. Like, I was just reading and I'm like, I haven't heard anything like that. Why are they saying that?
Anyway, it's a political party, and a political party is a public interest entity. So people have the right to voice their views, and that's allowed. But as far as we're concerned, he has not officially communicated to anyone yet.
I haven't heard anything like that.
People should just wait.
Yes. And lastly, I'm ending with entertainment. Black Sherif wins the Best West African Artist of the Year at the Headies Awards, which happened in Atlanta. And so congratulations to him. Black Sherif wins the Best West African Artist of the Year at these awards. Let's take more of the comments. There is a video that is trending with this particular trend that the cameraman Black Sherif was sitting close to Ashake and Rema, and the cameraman just kept Black Sherif and was just focusing on Ashake. And Ghanaians are complaining that we treat them better. I mean, when the artists are in Ghana, we treat them better. We don't sideline them and all that. So we should stop. So this one says that you see how Black Sheriff was sidelined in this video at the Headies last night, or the cameraman gets beef with Black Sheriff, which we don't know about. Nigerians, come on, you can do better. See the reception we give to your people when they come to Ghana. Vim, I have that video. If we can end the show with that video, yeah. Okay, so that's the Shaka and Rima. And then you see the way he just...
Oh, that's all Monica cry.
Like anytime a Black Sheriff tried to do a sign and then he took it off him. Like, what's the look at that? What's the meaning of that? Like, oh, please don't come in my video. It's not about you. It's about like. But I'm glad. Werma also won something. Ashake also won Discovery something. Yeah. So it's a win for Ghana. I am always happy that the Ghanaians are doing.
Ashake, not to be fair to them, they are bigger artists as compared to Black Sheriff.
Very.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So maybe the cameraman was just using his discretion.
But maybe
to capture the bigger.
He wants something. He wants something.
He'll get there. So advise yourselves as Ghanaians. You know,
but that's it for the trend.
Yes, Edward Bauer is actually the former PRO for the Energy Ministry and also MP for Bongo Constituency.
Annie, please. Annie, I have a birthday wish.
He says, Annie, your panel is civil and decorous this morning. Congratulations to all of you.
Okay.
Edward, we're grateful. I wanted to read this message.
Please, I have a birthday wish
as well. So thank you. There's actually, before that, there's a birthday wish for Hassan Ayariga.
Okay.
Yeah, leader for APC.
Okay.
Today is his birthday. So Hassan Ayariga, happy birthday to you, and we hope that you have a blast.
Okay. Today is Beyonce's birthday as well.
Who?
Beyonce.
Which Beyonce?
Beyonce. 4th September.
Which Beyonce?
All the single ladies.
But she's not our friend.
Okay. We like it. You're not a fan of Beyonce. Oh, Annie.
I cannot be why would I be wishing Beyonce?
Finally, happy birthday to Madame Pearl Agbemako. May the lines continue to fall in pleasant places for you. You are blessed indeed. This one is coming from Cecilia Avoclia. I hope I got the name correct. Kiki.
Because Wendy is not here, let me just put this across.
Okay.
He has said it on this show that now the birthday wishes will be taking tickets for that. So you wish we give you a ticket.
Director, I hope you are listening.
He said it last week, so I'm repeating in his shoes.
Right. I hope you are listening, Rani. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Akugan, I've seen your message. Thank you also. Right. I appreciate all of you, your support. It's a journey. We'll go through it. Thank you. Harry, thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
This has been Good Morning Ghana. We're back tomorrow.
More than 80% of global trade is carried by sea. Most of